facing Niv Supreme, which is something we don't see very often. Probably because we just don't play Hellq that often, but yeah. I'm pretty sure he's Hellq. Let's just see how it goes. I feel like Malcolm with Kilo Proliferate is kind of cool. Let's go for the Malcolm before that resolved, in case it had some kind of weird counter spell. Okay, draw and discard. I guess it's the same speed now. Because on turn 4, if we played this, turn 5, we'd still have 5 anyway. So let's just get rid of that and keep the lands. And then next turn we can play something like the Archangel Elspeth. I think we have a very aggressive field now. This is going to be really cool. Ooh, and a Rosa. But let's always, like always, diversify threats, please. We want to mix it up. Because otherwise we play another creature. Oh, god damn it. You know, it's so hard to get you guys good footage because, you know, when I do that well, it's just you do too well, if you know what I'm saying. So sometimes it's best, the best videos I give you guys are the videos where it's just like a very even game. Okay, so straight off, this is a Hellq deck. I need to tell you that because it might change your mind whether to make the deck or not. So I've played like 10 games and all of them were pretty much Hellq, maybe 1 or 2. So it's very highly ranked. The commander itself is very, very powerful, very cool, but it was very difficult to actually get off a lot of the cool things I want to do. You either have to be very quick or just get very lucky because I was playing, you know, Itali and a lot of other very well-known Hellcube commanders. So keep that in mind. It's not a Super Friends build, but you can do it that way. I think that's probably what makes Kilo so highly ranked. But there are a lot of really interesting, cool little things you can do. One of my all-time favorite things, I'm sure you love doing that as well, is just playing Esper Sentinel and putting any number of counters on it with something like Luminarch Aspirant. You know, that's a turn 1 play, turn 2 play, then turn 3 play the Kilo, and then you proliferate and all sorts of stuff. It's really great. And then combine that with Just Guard Ascendancy, you're just going absolutely nuts, you know, playing loads of spells and proliferating things like Sagas, proliferate Lelia counters, Planeswalkers, Ajani, Archangel Elspeth, all sorts of cool things. And yeah, I think one of my favorite pet cards in the deck is Assemble Legion as well. This just makes tokens every turn, and it gets not exponential, but it gets big, 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 big. And also Cathar's Crusade. This is absolutely nuts in this deck, as long as you actually get lucky and draw some creatures. But yeah, it's definitely very fun. I didn't win that many games, to be perfectly honest, but maybe you'll have better luck than me. It's Hellq. Like and subscribe. Support the channel. Become a patron. Become a channel member to get some bonuses. Check out in the description below. Wow, so apparently Kilo is Hellq. Kind of crazy, but we have a lot of removal. In fact, our entire hand is just removal, so we'll see how this goes. If they play a Mana Dork, it's likely that we just kill it because we do not want them to ramp. But yeah, the fact they didn't play a Mana Dork on turn 1 is a huge... It makes a huge difference because it means they can't play a 3-drop on turn 2. God damn, that must be the slowest surveil I've ever seen today. And it's a Mana Dork. I think they've got full control on literally everything, which is really crazy. Maybe not. Might just be me being paranoid, but I used to play a lot of people like that. Just every single action you did, people went into full control. It was just pretty crazy. Oh, okay. Farewell's actually lovely. And a land as well, because we want to work up to 6 mana, so we want to try and get rid of everything they have. I think if we can get Chandra to ultimate, this is going to be game ending as well. Yaris. Feels like a car. Let's get rid. Yaris, that's an interesting one. So the deck is just mostly creatures, I'm guessing. Toyota Yaris. Yeah, that's an actual car. Let's just deal 2 to them for now. Cornucopia, that would have been cool to have. Works very well with the Kilo. Every turn it just goes up by 1 counter, adding more and more mana each time. I've already got 5 mana. Oof, Roxanne, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
All right, that's it.
1, 2. So they're going to have Italy next turn, are they? Potentially, yes. So what do we do then? I guess we can just use the split up now. Or... not really sure. 5, 6, 7. We can't do both. Let's just see what the top card is.
Oh,
Okay, so we can't play it anyway. Let's just go for the split up. Kill the Roxanne. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as Harley comes next turn, we can destroy everything there. Or we can even use the Farewell to get rid of some of the artifacts. We'll just see what they do. Hopefully they don't get too many goodies. Luca. Oh dear.
If you will not see things my way, monsters are the key.
So he can transmogrify creatures now as well, which is kind of scary. Does he exile them? Should he get something bigger? And they've got a bloody man land here as well. They've got some annoying things, to be honest.
You know, I've always
Bit of
got
blocker.
time to fight evil.
Not that that's
It's nice
probably
to
going to
see a
matter at all,
familiar
but...
face.
Yup.
damn it, our lands keep going away. Okay. So, this is definitely an interesting one to have in an Atali deck. I don't really know... unless he's going to, like, transmogrify... into, like, Eldrazi or something. It's just unusual, because normally the Itali's doing all the hard work anyway, right? So... okay, so that was a pretty tame Atali, to be honest. That was a lot of T's in that sentence. Tame Atali, to be honest. What are they going to do with this? Turn the Tannic into a bigger creature, yeah? And it's a bloody Bahamut. Jesus.
Well, that was a
That's
disaster.
crazy. Okay. So it's some kind of saga thing going on. So this Luca is actually very scary, but I feel as though having stuff like Ruby makes it worse, because they could have just transmogrified it into something a bit weaker. Jeez. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with the follow-up. Okay. I suppose the haste is the annoying part here, isn't it? They're really just stopping us from doing what we want to do. So, and we've also missed 3 land drops in a... actually, I think we've missed 4 land drops, which is kind of crazy. We top decked... how many did we top deck? 3 of them were exiled with Chandra. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's going to come out again. And they get Elspeth Conquers Death. You kidding me? What on earth?
I'm sure I'll laugh about this later.
2 Italis. And an Elspeth Conquers Death. Fantastic. So if we don't top deck a land, I think we're just dead. And they're going to devolve it into a Galter. Well, that's ridiculous, but... okay, well... it's a real shame about the Luca not being able to go away from there, but that was the best thing we really could have done, to be honest. And now they're going to play the Lumra. And if he wants to, he could just change that into another creature as well. We've seen so many creatures from him now with Luca. He's going to... get a lucky dip. Okay. So we need some more removal. Whirlwind, Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, that will do for now.
Defeat! Defeat!
And then we have the fractured identity. So that could actually work kind of nicely if we get rid... So if we get rid of the Lumra, we actually do a bit of ramping. If we get rid of the... How much mana have they got? 9, 10, 12. 9, 10, 11. So they can actually go for the Itali, which is nuts. Okay. Well, they're certainly going to hit us for 12 at the very least. I mean, if they don't play the Itali, then getting the Lumra is not too bad. Oh, an Ember Cleave. So we just die from a double strike. What the hell? I have never seen someone have so much luck. That is crazy. Ember Cleave. It's just kind of all sorts of weird things you don't normally see in the Itali deck as well. So props to them for using some different cards, I guess. But yeah, Ember Cleave. In Itali. Okay. Okay, let's go facing Tatiova. So this is pretty firmly in the Apogee camp, which I'm honestly kind of surprised by, because I've not seen many people talk about Kilo, to be honest. People talk about spaceships, but I suppose it's very strong. Very, very strong. Proliferation is something that you have to be careful of, I guess. Band spell. Kill spell. Okay. I think that we're going to do something weird. We're just going to play the Low Warhound. And that's because we have the Jeskai Ascendancy. And I think this is going to go nuts, really. It doesn't put counters on things, but it does let us just go in very strong with a lot of things. Or we could... No, we'll go for the Ascendancy here. And then next to the Johnny, I think. Now remember, Johnny can give double strike. So this could like be a one-shot at some point. And it's not only that, it's flying in double strike. Which is kind of nuts. Did they miss their regular land drop, I wonder? I'm not sure. Not sure at all now. Right, let's get a white source here. Do we go for the double strike? I don't know. We'll see. Let's just do the loop first. Farewell. I don't really want that at the moment.
Evil
And we'll put a counter on it as well. And just...
Your soul burns.
We could have played the Astral Cornucopia there to make them even bigger. But then it doesn't have any counters on it, so I feel like it's a little bit of a waste. It'd be nice to do that next turn, because then we can play this and then also play the Apogee as well. And then it's got haste and then proliferate. So that could be cool. And then putting the counters... Actually, I think the counter was a good idea, because we want to proliferate with the Kilo, right? I think in paper this would be a nightmare to track, because you've got counters and soft buff as well. Something to definitely keep an eye on if you play this on paper. Yeah, having two separate buff types is something that people don't normally discuss in paper. Something in my paper pod. Every time we play on a Friday, when it gets a bit later, people make a lot more mistakes. So I would always recommend playing your complicated decks at the start of the night, and then by the end of the night, when you're a bit tired and you've all eaten and you're drinking, whatever, you can just relax with something like a simple aggro deck, rather than just ending the night on a bloody 5-color or 4-color deck, which could just get a bit out of hand. But I don't know, it depends on your playstyle. Maybe you have Mensa-style brain. Who knows? Did they miss a land drop? I really, really hope that they actually play a land. I know that sounds crazy, but I just want to have a fair fight, you know. Play a land, play Tatiova, and then pass the turn. But I think they know the writing's on the wall. I think they know that they're probably dead, right? Because if we play a land, any non-creature spell is going to make this a 4 and a 5. Double strike in the air. Okay, we'll see. Let's tap the least diverse mana sources. Let's just go for one here. They could just have a counter, of course. But we shall see. I've just realised something crazy. If you have Kilo and a tap outlet, like a vehicle or station, and Jeskai Ascendancy, you can do it multiple times a turn. That is pretty awesome. So let's see if our opponent is just gonna be nice. I'm actually pretty sure I've played Shroomin before. I feel as though people get stuck in the MMR bracket, and you tend to see a lot of the same names over and over again, which is kind of weird given that Arena has so many players, so many players, but you just see the same people over and over again. It's like, what? So strange. Right, okay. Thank you for letting us draw a card. 2 board wipes in a row. Kind of irritating. And Kilo here. So what's better? Probably counters, right?
True strength comes from
Such a powerful ability. And they didn't block. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll still take that because it was a cool bit of a tech there to see like the potential of what you can do with this guy, and just something as simple as Astral Cornucopia. And yeah, as I said, with the Jessica Ascendancy, if you have like a vehicle or something, we do have a spaceship in the deck. You can station him, play an uncreature spell, untap him. You can station him again. This is so good in so many different decks, especially with things that want you to tap or untap. Jessica Ascendancy, lovely. Here we go, another one of those games where do we just win from playing the Ragavan? We'll see. I get it. I totally get it. Okay, so people who normally stay, they've probably got some kind of answer for this. Fatal Push. Unsummon. Pongify. Testify. Elvish Mystic. That'll do it. Here's the question. Do they block? They do. They want to trade. Fair enough. Let's go. So next turn we've got Kilo, probably. We've got 2 mana up. Are they itching to counter something? If we can resolve the Cathar's Crusade, that's going to be nuts. Serum Snare. Okay. So we don't actually have any counters to proliferate, which is sad. And when we play this is not going to put any counters on this either. So it's like, this is one of those cases where basically we can't do much. Fanatic of Ronus. 2 mana up still, and a Coastal Heart. Okay, why are they using Coastal Heart in a green deck? I don't know. There's 3 or 4 green spells that ramp at 2 mana now, so... yeah. A bit of a peculiar choice, but I guess it's a permanent. Tezzeret. Tezzeret is actually... That's actually kind of cool, because we want to proliferate Planeswalkers. So let's go for Tezzeret. I think we're gonna get Esper Sentinel, maybe? Are we?
just what I needed.
Or... yeah, we'll get the Esper Sentinel. Bounce this. We can proliferate the Tez. And then go in. Proliferate again. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, so the next time we can get Cathar's Crusade and Esper Sentinel. Oh, and then things getting exciting. I think Cathar's Crusade just makes things cool. Makes things scary for the opponent. And Kilo is a very go-wide commander. It wants to do a lot of different things. But, the interesting part is kind of choosing which direction you go in. And in the case of my deck, there's a lot of different directions. Right, okay. Yeah, so Crusade. A count on each creature you control. That's nuts, isn't it? Each creature you control, wow.
Mana still obeys me.
So if we attack, put a counter on this. What I'll do, I think, we will attack. And then we can untap him. Oh, baby. 5/5. Do they have some kind of spell? Six. Yeah, I mean, we are a bit soft here. Like, if we any kind of board wipe or even one removal spell would be annoying. Although if they do kill the Kilo, we can recast it, and that's probably the nicest thing we can do. What can they do? They can play Sin, and they can get back a land or an Elvish Mystic. So it's not that exciting, is it, really, for them? Okay, now that's not good. That is really, really not good, is it? Oh, bugger. We can attack into it, though. Okay, let's... I'm a bit desperate now.
Every piece
Ozolith?
grants me power.
Oh, I don't know. I guess Ozolith is a bit more... Ugh, gross.
My
7744. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. They're gonna have double mana. You get to 4. Jeez. That has made quite a difference, hasn't it? And let's see, do you know what the annoying thing is? I think, in my opinion, I would have blocked because there's a 33% chance that the Sin could have actually reanimated that. Actually more, because this land would have let them re-trigger. So more like 50-ish%. Spark double. Oh, God. So the land's tapped for times... What the hell? Alright, that's just silly. 3 Rowan Klexes. Oh, well, you know, I'll tell you what. This is very unique, and I think we've definitely lost because we can't get through that. It's kind of crazy that we have an Esper Sentinel on 4, and they've not actually played a single non-creature spell. Crazy. So... Yes. They had enough for the Sin as well. Bloody hell. That's nuts. Oh yeah, because that taps for 4. Holy crap. Well, they can easily kill the Tez. One, two, three, four, five, 6. So I guess the only thing we can...
Is inevitable.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, got absolutely annihilated. And we just didn't draw any backup spells. It is going to be difficult to beat 3 Vorinclexes, guys. Or shall I say Vorincleces. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, it's a very cool finish for them. Never seen that. And I've played Magic for 15 years. Yeah, okay. Cool. We get it. You win. You got 3 Vorinclexes. Very, very cool. Very cool.